The department says it's made changes to its internal systems, which now means that unions of members of the Islamic faith community will be recognized and can reprint their marriage certificates to reflect it as a Muslim marriage for 20 Rand. A look at your weather. Partly cloudy skies in store for Gauteng tomorrow. Joburg will drop to overnight lows of 15 degrees and peak at highs of 30. Pretoria is at 17 and 33. Vereeniging is at 14 and 32 degrees. Maki Malapo, Eyewitness News.
EWN, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, visit ewn.co.za or download the EWN app.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Logistic ya hola Friday. Motho no rega dilo tse right tse di tsamaisanang le motho e leng yena. A je dilo tse nice le di goodness. Gore motho pila sontsano I tshwara fresh. Gore tshwantse ke no ithekana dilo tse di nice man. Body sushi, you know.
Honourable Minister.
Point of order.
Thank you, Minister. The point of order, I cannot see who it is. Honourable Ndlozi, what is your point of order?
Yeah, with respect, Honourable Deputy Speaker, the Honourable Member read the original question again, literal, word by word. It's wrong. We're not
Honourable Ndlozi, please take your chair. Please take your seat.
Honourable Madam Speaker, uhlele ndaweni wrong ingakho ubuza into esingazazi nje akufanele ngabe usahleli lapha.
Place that is wrong.
Uhamba nini?
Netball South Africa, Jenny van Dijk is here with me in studio.
You know, just pushing for that professional league to really start.
Yeah.
It's just such an important part of the development of the players to be in that type of structure. So once we get to that step, we'll probably get more of our players to stay at home.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
Last time in May, it was a fantastic fight. Alexander won the fight fair and square. Just looking to put on a great fight again. You know, it was very close last time. He got it by a point. A little bit more focus, a little bit more lack of complacency, and I should do the job, what I need to do. You know, it's nothing drastic has to change, a bit more the same, a little bit more focused, like I say, and I will be victorious. I have to be a little bit more focused and a little bit more smart to get the victory. As it would seem, my rematch with people is always ends up one way. I always end up knocking them out in the rematch. Whoever I've faced more than once has been knocked out in the rematch, so I'm envisaging similar in the second fight with Usyk.
Knockout in a rematch, man. That's Tyson Fury. Well, he says he's pretty confident that he can beat Alexander Usyk in the heavyweight world title rematch. Well, if you remember, though, in their first bout back in May, Fury hit his stride in the fourth round and also engaged in some showmanship as he caught Usyk with the vicious body shots, a couple of them. But also the Ukrainian, well, he battled back and turned the tide in the eighth round. But Usyk, though, remains unbeaten. If you look at the record in his 22 professional bouts, and he took the opportunity as well to have some fun at Fury's expense in front of the cameras. Now, the rematch will take place on the 21st of December in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, with the WBC, WBO, and WBA titles on the line. Now, let's hear, though, from the two promoters, starting with Alex Krasek, as well as followed by Frank Warren.
So, after having been so fortunate to see the undisputed heavyweight championship between two best athletes in the world, which is a unique fortune, a unique phenomenon. But seeing them fighting for the second time in a row is almost a miracle.
You had two undefeated fighters going into the fight. It was a magnificent fight, unbelievably top quality heavyweight bout. And the next one is going to be, I think, every bit as good, if not better, because they've been in the ring with each other. They've shared that ring. I know they've got respect for each other, and I know they'll be looking for clues to try and negate what they feel the other guy's best moves will be and so forth. But you know what? It's going to be great, and I believe in Tyson. I believed in him from day one. Oh, we're looking forward to that fight in December. But
be good. Your thoughts about who potentially might be the winner this time around? Well, before I give you the breaking news that's come through from CAF in just a second, let me remind you again that Marawa Sports Worldwide is proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
From the pitch to the podium, your all-access pass to the world of sport is right here. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets.
Right, just a couple of seconds ago, CAF has just made a big announcement saying that the CAF president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, he has finally agreed to stand as candidate at CAF presidential elections in March 2025. Now, following requests from numerous CAF member associations, presidents, zonal union presidents, and many key stakeholders, the CAF president, Dr. Patrice Motsepe, has finally agreed to stand as a candidate at the CAF presidential elections scheduled for March 2025. So who will come up against the big man who's made such huge strides and made such a big difference on the continental organization CAF? You know what used to happen before with CAF, guys. We don't have to go back in history. And I think just the recent Africa Cup of Nations showcased the great work that the great man has been able to do. In a second, our guest.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Netball South Africa and Kanyisa captain, my captain, welcome to the show. Well, how do you describe your reign up until now?
It has really been a great journey.
Yeah.
I think I've received a lot of support from friends, from family, from just the netball community. So it's really been something that I've loved doing, even if we haven't really been together as a team, but as an individual, being in this position, it's really been great.
I mean, what's your take on leadership?
I think the most important thing is really being someone who's able to listen, because there's a lot of people that are ahead of you.
Yeah.
And I think in the position that I've been in, I've had a lot of leaders that have led me, a lot of mentors, and it's really learning a lot from them and actually knowing what you can get in order for you to become one of those leaders or even greater.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Friday nights, always.
This is how we do it.
About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
You know, when you're talking about somebody whose talent was really out of this world and completely out of this world, I mean, mind-blowing, spectacular runs down the flanks, immaculately styled dreadlocks that he had. I'm not sure if he even still has those dreadlocks right now. He's wearing a cap, so he's hiding. I can't see. But hey, he mesmerized players left, right, and center. I mean, he was not your typical skinny winger. I mean, he was pretty bulky and very tough. Tough as nails. He bulldozed past defenders with lightning pace. And it didn't really matter what team the fans followed. He was loved by whoever football fans were. And they were loving him across whatever clubs they were supporting. Fanatics right across the league. Now, not many know that his first professional club was Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, even though he never got to kick a ball at the Soweto Giants, he'll tell us why that happened. Because if you're at Kaizer Chiefs, why are you not kicking that ball? Because we were all introduced to him as the black and gold regalia football player of a different club, known as Umtata Bushbucks. I mean, what a career he had down in the Eastern Cape with a team that was filled with insane talent. We'll go through some of the names, man. I mean, he came back to Gauteng as a more experienced, more respected, and certainly a thorn to opponents. And it became the first signing that Dr. Patrice Motsepe made when he took over the reins at Mamelodi Sundowns. So imagine, the man that we just talked about now, the entire president of CAF, the man who's in charge and bought Mamelodi Sundowns, made his first signing. His first signing was the man sitting in front of me. And at some stage, he had a stint out in Greece, came back to Sundowns, and then, if you remember, Tanda Zulu Royals. I think they mashed up that name. You put one in front of the other, then the other time it was the other way around. But hey, Tanda Zulu Royals, we'll call it. But you know what, a football career that was well played by gentle gentlemen. An absolute pleasure to have him in the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Clement Mazibuko. Hey, you see, at least you got fans that still live here. They're excited to see you. Welcome, chap. Good to see you.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for having me, and good evening to you and your listeners.
I was saying to you as you walked in, I'm like, Clement, you don't age. What is the secret? What can we do to be like you?
I was asking you this very same question, like you don't age a bit, and I think you should tell me what's your secret.
Once you've told me your secret, then I'll take your secret, mix it with mine, and hopefully it's going to be everlasting. You obviously still train. You missed the game.
Well, training not per se, but I'm still active in terms of playing. Yeah, and so to say, it's playing vets.
But where do you play now? I mean, is it one of these over 40s type of games, over 30s type of games?
Yeah, I play those kind of matches which are on Sundays, and I just joined another one which is on Wednesdays. So I'm still active like that. So playing twice a week. So, yeah.
Okay, that's the secret. That is why, as I say, you're refusing to age one single bit. And I know that just now in September was a significant birthday because now you're starting to face 50 in the face.
Did you have to remind me that?
Well, now you are like literally 3 years away from the big 5-0.
Yeah.
What does that say to you? I mean, what thoughts go through your mind about where you are as Clement Mazibuko right now?
It comes, I think, obviously with a lot of thinking, and maybe I should say I'm not looking forward to 50.
Why? What do you fear about it, though?
No, I fear that obviously I'm getting old, and football life is still there.
Yeah.
I'm still playing, obviously, but now after 50, you regard yourself as a elder citizen. So, which I'm not looking forward to that, but at heart I'm still very, very young. And I believe I can still give a lot in terms of giving back to the young ones. And I'm still running with them as I speak.
I mean, probably beating some of them if I can believe your commitment when it comes to anything that you do. But when you talk about the fear, is it the fear of the unknown, the fear of what lies ahead when you hit 50 and beyond, and what will Clement be doing with this time and managing, himself?
Yeah, I think it's a matter of being curious what happens after 50. There's not much that you can do. I think things that you can do, they are very limited. I think you need to look at life more like I said, like more as a senior citizen. But hopefully, in the field that I'm at right now, you can go as far as maybe 60, 70, but you don't want to be, again, a senior citizen in terms of you don't see yourself queuing for a grant. I think, that's what I fear of mostly.
Yeah, no. Hey, that COSAFA grant, Baba, when it starts taking hold of you, that becomes life.
Yeah.
But it's all in the mind. I always say these things are all in the mind. You can always overcome them. And I think your mentality has always been such that you don't allow such things to take hold of you. But how would you best describe, when you've made and taken a decision to retire, and having had such a glorious career, played with some of the greatest players in the country and as well as internationally when you went to Greece, played for the national team, Bafana, scored, I think even scored on debut, if I'm not mistaken, for Bafana. You came off the bench in that game, was it against Mozambique?
Mozambique, yes.
Came off the bench and within 60 seconds, you were scoring a goal.
Yeah.
So that is the kind of football player that we were exposed to. What would you say to you and us and everybody else stands out? I mean, what are those glory moments that stick to your mind?
I can say I've had a very colorful career, and obviously it had a lot of proud moments, and you just I think you've mentioned one of it, like coming on as a sub on your debut for Bafana and score. Probably, I'm not sure with the stats though, but probably there's few players who've managed to do that. So yeah, that's one of the proudest moments. And yeah, representing your country, of course, and playing for one of the big teams in the country, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. I think I'll forever cherish that. Probably at some point, you'd undermine yourself as an individual. And from where I was playing, I played for Bushbucks, and maybe yes, I knew that I was probably talented, but playing for Bushbucks, and you never thought that maybe you can go beyond where you were at that particular time. So, and when the call came from Sundowns, I think that was a very emotional moment, if I can put it like that, because I've always regarded Sundowns as a massive team, one of the massive teams in the country.
So it was difficult to then leave what, in my opinion, was also a very massive team in Umtata Bushbucks. You guys were an institution. You made life very difficult for any team to play at the Slaughterhouse. You made it difficult for any team to travel and play away games there.
Yeah, it was a very big team, if I can say, especially from that side. It was I think the only team in Eastern Cape. So everyone was supporting the team. So it was huge. So everywhere you go as a player, you'd be recognized, which was very, very good, obviously. But later on, you get to another stage, which was a bigger stage, which was very good for me.
All right, Clement Mazibuko is my guest. Usbusiso, hey? When do you use Usbusiso? You don't use Usbusiso.
Well, actually, I am Usbusiso, and unfortunately, when I got registered with football, they chose Clement. So people who I grew up with and my friends and from where I'm coming from, I'm known as Usbusiso.
Usbu.
Yeah.
Usbu, my dude. Usbu in the house. Yeah. These things of home affairs and IDs and dumb buses. The next thing from Usbusiso, you are Clement. Yeah.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
The next icons of style are at Sandton City, home of flagship and concept stores and the latest in international brands. Sandton City is proud to introduce the next icons of style in athleisure, beauty, luxury, and iconic timepieces. There is more to shop with new iconic brands and products shaped by local and global trends. Visit santoncity.com for more. Be inspired by all things new, next, and iconic at Sandton City, the city of icons.
When you step into a Volvo EV, you get more than a car. You get the benchmark of EV luxury to do more, plus 1 year of public charging, 2 years of comprehensive insurance, and 3 years of in-car data. Do more with Volvo and enjoy all these benefits this summer. Switching to Swedish luxury is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Get yourself the #1 selling EV in Mzansi. Volvo Car Insurance, administered by Quickshaw and underwritten by Old Mutual Insure. T's and C's apply.
Parents, get ready for the ultimate shopping spree. Chelino Baby's Black Friday price slashing extravaganza runs from 1 November to 1 December. From strollers to toys, we've got everything your baby needs. Plus, celebrate the launch of Chelino Baby Boxburg with epic deals starting 9 November. Shop online at chelino.co.za or in store for amazing savings. Where every baby deserves the best. Chelino Baby, your premium baby store.
My guy, what's this I read about saving on your car insurance premiums with MyWay?
Yeah, it's legit. I moved to MyWay and got extra cash in my pocket, man.
Is that why you've managed to buy flowers every month for your wife?
That's how I'm able to spend more time with you gents.
Move to MyWay and save up to 40% on your car insurance premiums, saving you more to live your way. Visit myway.co.za. MyWay is a licensed non-life insurer and FSP. T's and C's apply.
Fly Emirates from Johannesburg to Dubai and beyond and start your holiday on board. Enjoy complimentary food and drink. Explore up to 6,500 channels of entertainment, including live sport. Stay connected with onboard Wi-Fi and keep boredom at bay with special meals and toys for kids. You get so much more in Emirates Economy. Book your next getaway at emirates.com. Fly Emirates. Fly better.
The runway's all yours, Captain.
This is Lotto Star's Aviator Captain, and we're about to soar to exhilarating heights. Fasten your seatbelts and prepare to cash out before we touch down.
Get ready to fly high and stand to win payouts reaching up to 20 million rand in seconds. Place your bets now at lottostar.co.za. Your world of live games. Lotto Stars licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
It is the Sport Challenge International Test Series against the Malawi Queens, set to take place in Johannesburg. Captain Ukanyisa, who is with us here, Madam Chawan, Casey, as they call her, both captain and coach with me in studio. Welcome, Aseko. Go ahead.
How do we make sure that nobody gets left behind? You know, we've got the contracted players, but there's still equally talented players that are knocking on the door that maybe have not made the squad this year.
And as a first step of immediate action, we've been traveling remotely quite a lot, and we've been doing a lot of workshops with the coaches and online workshops with the coaches. And then what we've also started doing, you know, we've got a ASA Under-21 Junior World Cup coming up next year.
When you've got two brilliant players who are playing very well, but unfortunately you have to select one.
That is a good problem to have, and you know, when you really get to a stage where you have quality and everybody on court can bring that, that's when you're in the pound seats, when you play against other countries, because now you can pair up your players.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW.
All right, it is time to gear up now and get ready for some Showmax action, guys. It is the weekend after all, because the weekend is, the intensity of the Premier League is ramping up, and the Betway Premiership returns, though, with Amawololo. All right, looking at tonight now, AmaZulu are going to be playing hosted to log leaders Orlando Pirates. Tomorrow, the city of Polokwane hosts two huge games. SuperSport United as well as Kaizer Chiefs, they're going to be butting heads once more exactly 1 week after their Carling knockout clash, and also the reigning Betway Premiership champions Mamelodi Sundowns are set for a head-to-head clash with the hometown heroes Polokwane City. Now going up north, the Premier League. Well, the champions, Manchester City, they're going to be facing Southampton, who just haven't been able to escape the bottom three slump. Now, Chelsea, on the other hand, well, they've been operating like a well-oiled machine, and the always unpredictable Newcastle will have to test them as well. Now, this weekend's going to be very, very hot, so subscribe to Showmax Premier League for only 69 Rand per month to get the front row seat. It is as simple as that. Looking forward to all the action. Be a part of it, guys. But right now, though, we have a legend, a man that hardly ever gives and grants interviews. We've been able to dig him out of his hole, you know, so that he can give us that sense of appreciation, so that we can appreciate him. We're also live on the YouTube channel. Send your messages as well. Otherwise, you can do it the traditional way on the WhatsApp voice note number 060-708-0484, 060-708-0484. Otherwise, you can dial directly into the studio 011-8838-947, 011-8838-947. Clement Mazibuko is here with me in studio. All right, before I go any further, though, because lots and lots of your voice notes are coming in.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening to the legend, Goodman Mazibuko, one of the greatest to have ever come from the East End. I think I enjoyed his playing when he was with Sundowns and his time at Tanda Royal Zulu. But I just want to find out from you, what is the problem with players from the East End not making it to the first teams of big teams in the Premier League, or no longer going abroad like you guys used to? Because we see a lot of great players in the East End, but it doesn't look like many of them are able to get to to the highest level. I mean, December tournament, we see the great coaches and the great work that's been done by our coach, Sia Maluka, with the teams that they are running as well and the good players that they've got there. But much of these players, we don't see them getting into a professional like you guys used to, or get to go and play overseas. Want to hear your views around that. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much indeed, Tebogo. I know that slip of the tongue there said Goodman Mazibuko instead of Clement Mazibuko. But I think the question still stands. The players, though, that come through from the East Rand, what do you make of that question?
I think that's a tough one to answer, but one thing I can say is that we have very talented players in East Rand, and players who are capable of playing to the highest level. And unfortunately, maybe there's this thing that has been painted. Players from the East End have been painted probably with the same brush in terms of maybe the mistakes of the previous players and all stuff, but which I believe it's not fair. But yeah, we've got there's a whole lot. Even the current one, we have ones that are playing now at the highest level, which we got the likes of Kabelo Dlamini.
Yes.
There's a couple of them. I mean, you can tell he's very talented, and there's so much potential. Like we can even go even further. So he's from Israel, so I don't think it will be a thing of to say no, they not going any further.
Yeah.
So talent is there.
And Charles Chaba as well on X was saying that one of the best players from Mika Siabo Polendlanya, as well as Jabu Mahlangu Pule, he says, you got a legend there. Let's give him his flowers while he's still alive. Everybody, you always talk about Davidson, they talk about Benoni, and you know, which that Cassie's always produced. So not just talent, but very exciting talent, very skillful talent. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what they do there in the clinic, in the maternity ward when you guys are born.
Maybe it's the type of food that we eat.
It's that kind of food that must be shared. But I was just saying that, you know, there was like a whole history of the Mazibugos, and I think Kuteboko touched on one, and Goodman Mazibuko. Obviously, yourself as Clement Mazibuko, there was Busiso Tso Mazibuko, there was Mlungisi Mazibuko as well. So there's been you should be proud as Mazibugos.
Yeah, no, definitely. And looking back, and like you mentioned them, I mean, all of them, they were like great players. So clearly, I think there's something with the Mazibugos.
Well,
so,
the people
we appreciate that we've been like appreciated.
Gift as well. Gift says you and the secret agent Bob Mazibuko talking about Age of Miracles, having a good laugh about that. Also redefining success, says Clement. He mustn't stress though. There's so much one can do in their free time post 50. Things a professional football doesn't have the privilege to participate in, and he posted 2 things. Yes, as a sniff.
No. Yes, yeah, no. I'll definitely feel very old when I start doing that.
No, keep away from that. Keep
definitely.
away from that. Your first season, though, you moved then from Umtata Bushbucks. When you moved to Mamelodi Sundowns, there was always a fear that maybe when you start, your game time is not going to be as much as what you expected or as much as what you had before. But you surprised a lot of people. You played a lot of football. In fact, 23 odd games in your first season at the club. How did you find that? And did you surprise yourself, or were you just confident that it would happen that way?
Well, I think at times, Rob, I think we undermine ourselves as individual. I think it's people like you who watches us and who know better what we're capable of. But as an individual, it came as a surprise that, like I said, Sundowns is a very big team. So there were a whole lot of good players, the exceptional good players. So for me to crack it in the team, I surprised myself. But again, it was a matter of adjusting quickly, because when I went there, already there were players who were in the national team, who I was playing with them in the national team. So they made it easy for me. So I didn't feel like, it was a huge gap in terms of adapting.
So you were part of family already?
I was a part of the family already.
And then you obviously shared a room then with Godfrey Sapula?
Yeah, that was my...
What was that like? Hey, Godfrey, hey. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my partner in crime, man. That was my partner in crime. What a great guy.
Yeah.
What a great guy. Like, I've learned a lot from him. Maybe, I don't know, at times, we tend to maybe judge people based on their appearances and, the hair and all the stuff. But, he was nothing maybe like a Rasta or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was more of a brother. I learned a lot from him. We would always talk about the future after football and all stuff. So yeah, I've learned a lot from him. He's a great friend of mine and a brother.
Mpo Ramutwala on the YouTube channel says, you know what, he just reminded me of Usbusiso Mazibuko from Swallows. It was hard to differentiate them at some point, even though they relate. He says Clement was a class of his own, though, along with Ufisha Kondowe. Samuel Marawa says, legend indeed. I remember him at my team, Go Sundowns, dribbling opponents. He says, please ask which coach had the biggest influence on him as a player. Very good question indeed. He had a couple of very good coaches along the way, but who made the biggest difference in terms of your game, your style, and you as an individual?
Yeah, like you said, Robert, I've been coached by a lot of good coaches, and all of them they played a big role in my career. But if I can single out one, I think I would say it was Victor Bondarenko.
Sure.
Yes.
Attack.
Attack. Remember, I was a striker.
Yes.
Yeah. So he transformed me into a winger, and if you remember well, at that time, there was a 3-5-2 formation.
Sure.
So as a winger, you had to work. You have to cover the whole pitch, up and down. So he transformed me from the striker to that, which I found it difficult at first, but he was very hard on me. So I guess maybe at that time, obviously, I was young. And she probably thought, okay, I can give so much in terms of the energy. And it turned out that I ended up enjoying the position very well.
Because the vision that Bondarenko had, never mind the English that he didn't have, it didn't really matter.
No.
it didn't really matter. I mean, his son was there who was there as a translator. So I always say that football is a universal language. It doesn't quite worry anybody in terms of who's who. What about Angel Kappa? Because, I mean, here's somebody who you guys had some tour of some sort and then he didn't even play you. For whatever reason, he didn't field you. What was going on?
Funny enough, Rob, speaking about that, we had a conversation about that. I think it was last week. Well, obviously, when I came to Sundowns, I think that was me coming from Greece. So when I came back, I already found him at Sundowns. He came with, I think, Joseta Realba, Principiano, I can't remember who else was there. So Principiano was playing more on the right.
Yeah.
So here I am, I'm coming from Greece and getting to the team. I think it was a week or two before we could get to Peace Cup in Korea. Mm-hmm. So we went there in Korea. I had to stay out the entire tournament. I couldn't kick a ball. So when we came back, I think we came back to a charity cup.
Yeah.
So obviously there you had to play everyone because there's 2 matches on the day.
If you win.
Yeah, and especially the players that you haven't used in South Korea. Yeah. So I think that charity was such a game changer since from that charity.
And he never stopped.
He
playing
never,
you after
he
that.
never stopped.
Oh man, so many people actually admire you, even some of the greats, some of the legends.
Evening, Mr. Marawa. Evening, the gentle giant, Mr. Clement Mazibuko. I first met my brother at Mthatha in 1999 when I went for trial. One of the guys that made my stay be a memorable stay, and life goes on. I met him again at Sundowns where he was my teammate. Quiet, strong giant, a very humble, big brother that I'll always cherish. His involvement in my career, helping me to be a captain at Sundowns, and being such a supportive teammate and somebody that I've learned from to become a professional. Don't judge people, be humble, and be committed in your work. Mr. Clement, ngiyabonga kakhulu Puti for everything that you've done for me and for your support. Even when we meet Kuma Masters, you're always the same person. You know, you have a good heart, and may please God bless you in endeavors and wish you all the best in life. Ngiyabonga Mr. Clement Mazibuko. You had a true legend lapho Mr. Robert, and ngiyakubonga Puti. I don't know what to say about you, but thank you for everything.
Benson Mhlongo, thank you so much indeed. I mean, how do you respond when one of the most humble individuals who, you know everything about Benson?
Sure, yeah. No, I'm very humbled. I mean, this is one person who was born a leader.
Yeah.
He had all the qualities, and I believe he still has. And I hope he gets utilized in a right way in our football. He's got so much potential. He's got leadership qualities, and having him as a teammate, it was a very a pleasure for me. I consider it very blessed playing with him. So yeah.
What a gentleman indeed. Plenty of tributes that are coming through. So don't go anywhere. After the break, we continue with the one and only Mr. Mazibuko, Clement.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
Auto Pedigree is giving you up to 50,000 Rand deal assistance to structure a deal tailor-made to your car buying needs. Use your deal assistance to settle outstanding premiums, as your initial installments to start paying later, a deposit to lower your installments, or take it as a cashback. Visit autopedigree.co.za or any of our branches countrywide to find your next car. Auto Pedigree, because you deserve a great deal. T's and C's apply.
Whew, what a day. Time for that face mask. Leave the face mask on for 2 minutes. 2 minutes? That's not even enough time for it to work. I can't even send an email in 2 minutes or make a cup of coffee.
With Santam, 2 minutes is enough to insure your car online. When you're fully protected with the expert insurer, you're free to live in the moment, not in the worry. Santam. This is freedom. Santam is an authorized FSP, a licensed non-life insurer and controlling company for its group companies.
Swipe and save extra at Checkers with deals like Clover Butro Full Cream Modified Butter Spread 500 grams, 2 for 155 Rand, and Twin Saver Luxury 2-ply white toilet rolls, a 24-pack for 159.99. Remember, you still have a chance to win a 7-night trip on the Icon of the Seas. Swipe your extra savings card and buy any participating product to enter. Valid until Sunday at Checkers, Checkers Hyper, or shop on 6060. T's and C's apply.
Have you ever wanted to live, study, or invest abroad? Join Sable International at our Global Citizenship and Immigration Expo to meet a wide range of experts who can help open international doors for your family and your business. Visit us in Pretoria on 28 October at Menlyn Main, in Joburg from 29 to 30 October at the Houghton Golf Club, and in Mbombela on 31 October at the Southern Sun. For your complimentary ticket, go to sableinternational.com/expo.
Live your life to the fullest with the Samsung Galaxy A55. Get it for only 499 Rand per month on a 36-month Elevate 2 contract. Plus, get the Galaxy Fit 3 watch and Buds FE absolutely free. Go in store or call 084 145. Hurry! Valid until 31 October. T's and C's apply. Nothing should stop you. Now on SA's best network. Switch to C. Cell C.
Discover a ride that's as stylish in the city as it is tough on the trails. Whether you're navigating the urban jungle or exploring rugged terrain, the Suzuki Jimny 5-door offers you a ride in perfect harmony.
Experience your next adventure with our incredible deals, featuring no deposit, guaranteed future value after 48 months, and a linked interest rate from 10.39%. T's and C's apply. Join the Jimny culture at suzukiauto.co.za.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Netball South Africa and Jenny van Dijk is here with me in studio. Despite the non-professionalization of netball in the country, what is holding us back though, Jenny?
Yeah, I think we've got a long way, and I think our sponsors have really jumped aboard. And what I'm predicting is that women's sport is really going to be at the forefront for the next couple of years. So what we're lacking at the moment, I'm really hoping, and I can already see how people and sponsors are jumping on board to assist us. What we obviously need is a lot more time with our players and a lot more international experience and exposure to our players on a more continuous basis. And we've gotten that done prior to the World Cup. It's a little bit more challenging post World Cup, if I can be quite honest. You know, it's a big thing to host, and then all of a sudden, you're back at square one, and you need to put everything in place again.
Hashtag MSW. Hashtag MSW. Friday nights, always. This is how we do it. About our beloved legends. Pull up your chair. Let's chat legendary stuff. Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Yeah, Mtata Bushbuck Simbabala, as it was called. Live on the YouTube channel, we do have Clement Mazibuko, my guest here tonight. And lots of comments that are coming through on the YouTube channel. Lee Mjoli says that what a player that he was. Indoda is shorty. He says he packed such a powerful shot. Also plenty of skills. What is he up to lately? And what is his view on the current crop of players in the Premiership? Also, is he a Sundowns legend? Hey, what's your view? What are you up to these days? Okay, let me start with that one.
Okay, these days I'm busy developing, nurturing the young and upcoming ones.
Right.
I'm involved with Global Soccer School, which is based in Benoni. So yeah, that's what is been keeping me busy. And doubling up as well as I'm a sports coach at Ridgewood College in Benoni as well.
Was I was going to ask you about, surely coaching becomes a natural thing for you to do, or not?
Well, I think coaching is not as easy as it's been perceived. I think it comes a lot with, you need to be an example, especially when you are developing like the future stars or human being in general. So there's a lot that it comes with. So you need to be a father figure. You need to lead by example. So yeah, it comes with a lot of responsibilities.
All right, you come with a lot of responsibilities because you're responsible for changing so many people's lives, even people that have never met you, even those that have been in your midst, others that have played alongside you, others that joined you at some point in a journey. And this guy, in fact, let me just keep quiet.
Evening viewers, evening Bra Robert, evening everyone, evening the legend that's in the studio today. Well, it's unbelievable that when you always admire people that have skills, that have talent. Clemza, you're one of the best, my brother. Just your dribbles, your contribution to the team, for the team was unbelievable. But I had a good and understanding when we played. It was just a pleasure being around you because you played for the team. Remember, I was also, even as established as I was, you contributed immensely in settling me at Sundowns because you guys You're one of the guys that would come and talk to me, the culture and all that stuff, and the South African football itself. So we could talk about a lot of things, but your contribution to the game itself, the South African football, was just very, very, very big, and we don't take things for granted because we also learn every day. I was playing in the highest league, but when I came here, I also need adjustment, and you were one of the guys, Brian Baloyi, I'll say the whole team, but I'm just mentioning the guys that I used to talk to, and you are one of the guys that used to talk to me. I don't want to remind you one time, as new as I was driving somewhere and you warned me, yeah, you can't drive that space. I hope you remember that. But look, brother, tribute and respect to you and for the contributions that you've made to the game. Thank you, brother. All the best. Robert, you're a legend, my brother. Thanks.
Oh, man,
Wow.
Peter Ndlovu.
Oh, wow. What a legend. What a legend.
Yeah.
Yo. Sure. I don't know what to say, Rob. I mean, yeah. Playing with Peter Ndlovu, like we all know how established he was when he came back to the
Coventry,
country. Yeah. Playing in England. And
the first African.
The first African. So it was an honor playing with him and a friend of the field, such a humble guy. And, he didn't regard himself as the
Peter Ndlovu.
The Peter Ndlovu. And it was so simple. He was so accessible. He still is and is still very humble. And I'll always cherish the moments that I played with him. And he's more like a brother to me.
What is the story about the driving?
Well, where you grow up in your hood, all the places, and out of all people, I never expected that Peter will go to my hood, and the following day he told me that he went to a certain place in Davidson, which me growing up there in Davidson, I cannot just go there. It's one of those places, dangerous places. Yeah. So he told me that he was there. So I was like, wow, never, ever, ever again go there. So I think it just hit him at that moment that, he risked going there. But yeah, he was very surprised.
What was your relationship like with the Ubabusturu Pasia at the time?
Ubabusturu Pasia is like, he was like a father to me.
Yeah.
And, going to Umtata as a boy who never went out of Gauteng. It was my first time going out of Gauteng, and Eastern Cape is a totally different place. So having him on the side, it put me at ease, and he took me in as his son, and he made sure that I was well looked after, and maybe especially when you see a diamond in someone and you try to nurture that. So he did all of that. He nurtured me, and I will not thank him enough for that.
Did he pay you enough?
Honestly, he paid me enough. He paid me very well. Obviously, going to the next stage, it gets better. But I was paid very well. I was looked very well there.
Sturupazia.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to Clement. What a beautiful surprise. What a player. What a gentleman. He was everything to this club. He is a legend of the Bushbucks. He was an example in the field of play and outside the field. He achieved what no one ever thought. He played for the national team. He even had an opportunity to play in Europe, which, as you know, that does not happen quite often. I would really want to wish him well with his family as he grows as a man. Thank you very much for the opportunity, Rob. I highly appreciate it. This message is from the whole family of Bushbucks, the supporters, the management, the directors. What a pleasure to have had him as one of our players. Thank you, Rob.
Sure. Thank you, Babu Storupasi. Thank you very, very much indeed. I think you've evoked emotions. What did that message do to you?
Yeah, Rob. What a surprise. What a surprise. Yeah. Like I said, he was more like my dad.
Yeah.
And he got to know my family personally, and which is something that hardly happens to any other player. So he was part of my family, and he still is. Yes, we haven't spoken in a while, but he still holds a very big space in my heart. And I'll forever be grateful for all the chances that he gave me. And, for changing my life. He changed my life, like, in a big way. And, yeah, I'll forever be grateful for that.
Yeah. Sturu. Staring the hornet's nest, my friend, eh? Staring the hornet's nest. Making big people cry here. I think the only other time you ever cried in terms of football was when you missed that penalty against Ajax. Let me not remind you.
Good evening, Rob. Good evening to Mr. Clement Mazibuko. And good evening to your listeners and viewers, Rob. You've got the legend there, Rob, the legend himself. Clement is one of the guys who welcomed me at Sundowns, helped me to settle in as quickly as I could. So, very humble man, very professionalism, the man who loved the game. Kunta Kinte. I'm just taking advantage, Robert, because I'm far away. There's nothing that he can do now. I'm protected, I know. Coach Godfrey Sapula was the only person who could call Clement Kunta Kinte. And I was very curious, wanting to know where does this name come from. And he couldn't explain to me. The only thing that he told me that you must make your research. There's a movie that called Kunta Kinte. You must watch that movie and you'll understand. As I made my research, when I get to learn about the character of this actor, Kunta Kinte, very clever man, a warrior, skillful, strong, resilient. I could understand why Coach Godfrey was calling him Kunta Kinte. And I know that I was very privileged to share a dressing room with him. I've learned a lot from him. Very, very skillful player, very good winger. Any fullback that came across him, he will tell you that it was a difficult opponent. I remember there was this one game where we were playing a very tough game and very, very tight game, and under the leadership of Paul Doleza. The guy was going up and down. Very tight game. He will go up, cross, we miss. Go up, cross. The other team defend, counter-attack. Because the man was running 30, 40 meters up. For him to come back, it was difficult. So I still remember vividly Doleza on the bench because Clement was playing on the side of the bench. Doleza will go. The man, I tell you, the man go up like a lightning, but come back like a bicycle. I tell you, the man. Michael Mazini will laugh. When he explained to us, it was very, very fun. Very, very funny, Doleza. But I just want to wish you all the best. You deserve to be celebrated, my brother. And I wish you all the best in everything that you do. I know that you love the game. Please, by all means, wherever you are, whatever you do, try to give back and help these youngsters to also realize their dreams. Thank you, Rob. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to celebrate this guy. Where?
Surprise, Muriri. I could tell that it's a surprise for you. You were so baffled a little bit there.
Rob. I mean, sure, it's legend after legend after legend. That tells you,
that's where you belong.
How privilege as a person. I mean, how privileged you were. You know, surprised. What a player.
Top notch.
What a player. What a human being.
Also down to earth.
Very down to earth. Very down to earth.
Good
You know, Rob, that name, like I think he explained, you know, I used to have a problem with that name, but as soon as I've watched the movie as well,
you understood.
It brought a very different meaning to what I assumed or just watched, you know. It's a very unique, and the character probably it's resembled what I was on the field, and I've learned to appreciate it, and he used to love me a lot about that name. But what a guy!
Surprise, Maria. Thank you, man. Thank you so much indeed for coming on board. You're a legend yourself, you know that. And somebody was sending a message here on X saying that no offense to what you have done in your career since you have brought up Peter Ndlovu. He says, have you tried to bring him on this legend's chair as the first African to play in the Premier League? I'm enjoying your show as always. Salas, trust me, I have tried more than anything. There are two people I've been trying for my whole life to bring into the studio. It's Peter Ndlovu, it's Thabo Moki. Thabo Moki turned 50 a couple of days ago. But still, he's avoiding me. But we'll get him, he's promised. But I don't know. Sobona Pambil. Here was one on the YouTube channel that I needed to quickly squeeze in so that people, show your appreciation to you. This is from Gillian Dancy. It says, Clement, you referee our ladies soccer team. And for many years now, you're an amazing inspiration to all of us. We're carrying on playing because of people like you. We love you. Gold Diggers ladies team.
Wow.
So everybody is coming on board. And I had to read that because I saw it flash on the screen.
Wow.
I hope you realize what a human being you are. I hope you realize what you mean to all of us in South Africa and beyond. And it's just simply because of time we've got to go. But I'm just saying that always know that we regard you as a living legend. We regard you as somebody who's made an incredible contribution into South African football. Let nobody lie to you. Let nobody tell you otherwise. All these tributes that have come through, Benson, Sturupasia, Surprise Murray, Peter Ndlovu, and so many more, they've meant it. I mean it. We are very proud of you, sir.
Thank you very much, Rob. Thank you so much, especially coming from you. You are a legend yourself, and I've always thought, you know what, you are not far the greatest, and not being in your show, it's always a pleasure. And thank you to everyone out there, and that I've made them smile and appreciated my talent. I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled how they regard me as a legend, and
a legend you will always be. Always.
No, thank you very much.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence, Baba. Thank you so much indeed. Have a great weekend, guys. You can tune in again on Monday for Marawa Sports Worldwide, proudly brought to you by Hollywood Bets.
From the pitch to the podium, your all-access pass to the world of sport is right here. Marawa Sports Worldwide on 947, Vuma FM and Rise FM. Powered by Hollywood Bets. #MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live. At the same